I think it starts with Excel in my eyes, and Excel has been such a great tool for so long. Somebody once told me that ERP stands for Excel Replacement Project, but you think many manufacturers started with point solutions, is whether it's QuickBooks, Excel, whatever it may be. You had one for accounting, you had one for inventory, you had one for shop floor, and then you had dozens of spreadsheets, right? So what happens is that you've got islands of data that don't talk. And then you've got sales versus production, you've got production versus purchasing, you've got different versions of the truth across the organization. And then depending on what system you ask for information, you get different information. And so that became a big, big challenge. And then you had a lot of manual rekeying of data, which is slow. Obviously, it's prone for errors. And so that became a huge challenge. And what I think companies started to see and started to want was, how do we get to one single integrated solution? Right. And maybe it's not possible, but let's strive for that. Let's make that our desired to be landscape and let's work towards that. And that's what we're seeing today is that that's what everybody wants. They want that single version of the truth. At ECI, we sell direct, we implement direct, we support direct. Well, what does that enable? It enables that one throat to choke, where you've got that one phone call to make to the vendor that handles everything. And so that's what, in my eyes, companies should be looking for is, how do I get to that single version of the truth or that one single instance to run my enterprise?
Yeah, I think with all these add-ons and these different businesses offering different services, yes, they have their benefits. But like you said, if someone could pick up the phone and have a single point of contact, and you said a single point of truth where they can access any issue that they have in one place, I think that'll help these small businesses and medium-sized businesses, not just with their current needs, but also as they grow and they have bigger processes and more advanced processes, they can scale in a more easier and organized way.
Well, and the goal of any of these projects should be, how do we mitigate risk? And so when you think about risk mitigation, that to me becomes, let's get rid of as many disparate systems as possible, because you've got APIs connecting solutions. What happens when you upgrade one of them? Well, you've got to upgrade the APIs to the other ones. And so that brings more risk into the projects. It certainly brings more cost. And if you can have everything on a single solution, it is so much more advantageous.